adult senior soccer and the Florida Adult Senior Soccer Association. It's just a wonderful organization that we've had some folks on the show before, and Nicole McMaster is here as executive director of the organization. Some big events coming. And Nicole, you know, I talked about soccer being kind of a, I don't want to say slow, but more of a quiet growth. I mean, it's really accelerating. And a lot of that growth has to do with the leadership of the folks that are playing in your tournaments. You know, people that have been there, played soccer, and now they're leaders within the sport of soccer, but they still want to get out there. In fact, your oldest participant in the senior division, 75 division?
Over 75.
Over 75 is 84 years old. It is
the oldest one I know of so far.
It is cradle to grave.
It is.
Yeah, just that Jack. Yeah.
Closer to the grave than the cradle.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, the 2024 Florida Classic is coming out. What are the dates, by the way?
January 11th to 15th.
And you're playing where?
Lake Myrtle in Auburndale.
Well, where else?
Where else? Best one in the state.
Yeah, well, it's also part of the home, the Florida Youth Soccer Association, and which is the official governing body for youth in Florida. But you're part of U.S. Soccer, official governing body for adult soccer in the state of Florida.
Right.
That's sort of complicated, but it's you know, that's the way it works. But it's a big job.
Yes, we're under U.S. Soccer, which is, then we have U.S. Adult Soccer Association that governs the country. So then we govern the state. So we have 17 leagues around the state.
Okay, now does that fall under the Safe Sport umbrella too? Do you guys have to do stuff like that,
does.
education and so on?
Yep.
Okay.
All of our board and stuff has to be
Oh,
certified.
Yeah. Been through that, so.
Yes.
Yeah, it's thrilling.
So this event always brings in teams from all over the world. So tell us about it.
We have teams from all over the country. This year we'll have 134 teams.
Oh,
so
wow.
our largest yet.
How many?
134.
That's a new record.
That is a new record. Yep. Started 8 years ago when I took it over. It was 81 teams. So we're at 134. We're
Gotta
at
keep her around.
Max capacity at Lake Myrtle. So
You're
we need some more
doing
fields
something
out
right.
there.
Yeah. We're working on it.
But yep, so we have teams from all over the country, and then we have some from Trinidad and Tobago and a few from Canada this year.
And you said Michigan was
Michigan is our
teams to be
biggest state. We have our women's division. We have 4 teams coming from Michigan.
Just from Michigan.
Just from Michigan.
Well,
For the women's division. They
It's
rocked it
far
this
out.
year.
Well, the Michiganders intimately familiar with Polk County because of the Detroit Tigers. You know, you go anywhere in Michigan, and people know where Lakeland is. Know
I
where
didn't
Polk
think
County
of
is.
that.
Yeah, so I know there's brand awareness, at least for us up there. In fact, it's the number one. For us, it's the number one state too in terms of
visitation and repeat customers and snowbirds. And
we worked it though.
And
you know.
So of those teams, 50-50 split, male and female, more?
No, prominently male.
Okay.
We've got 6 women's teams this year, which
All right.
again is our most. Over 30 is the ages. So
And in the age brackets, where do you have the majority? Is it sort of a middle age?
over 50 and over 60. I have 16 teams
Really?
in both an A and a B group. So 32 teams in 50s and 32 teams in 60s.
I never
See,
would
there's
have
still
guessed
hope.
that.
There's still hope.
25 to a team. So, yep.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You're doing fine, Jack. Don't be looking over here.
There's still hope. We can still get out there.
Yep. Yeah, so.
And so over the MLK weekend, so it starts early. You've got the beer garden. Tell us.
Games will start on Thursday, and then they go through finals are Monday. We have the beer garden all weekend from Florida Brewery, and then we've got Bond Clinic trainers out there with us. And so.
Open to the public. Folks can come out
Yep,
and enjoy
everyone can come out and open. No admittance, but we'll have food trucks and all the things going all weekend.
Yeah. And it's, if you're really not familiar with Lake Myrtle, it's a massive park, several hundred acres in Auburndale, right off of Berkeley Road. So if you're heading either east or west on 92, you go north on Berkeley Road, and it's down 3 miles, be on your left-hand side. 2.75 miles, to be exact.
So soccer continues to resonate, and you see it probably better than most. So, is it tend to be when there's a lot of attention on the national teams, or have we surpassed that at this point with all the pro soccer?
I think it's a mix, because there definitely is a little pickup, around, World Cup time or right after, when everyone's interested and wants to get out and play. But I think for the adults, it's kind of just pretty steady, and just making sure that everyone knows it's still offered after they turn the 19, 20, that they can keep playing even if they're not going to college and stuff, and that there's leagues out there for them. So,
secret to growth. I mean, obviously the tournament has grown. I mean, that's remarkable. Was that 70%?
Yeah.
And you look at those numbers, but as you're watching the sport of soccer and people getting back to what they had a passion for at one time, competitive soccer. What are the barriers to entry for adults getting into it? Obviously, you got to get back in some semblance of shape. You can't go out there,
What are you looking at me for? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Fine physical specimen here, okay? And so, what are some of the barriers? Because soccer is so popular, it's not like football where it's contact, you're going to break arms and legs. But it's a contact sport. What can you do to continue to grow it here in Florida? What do you think the key is there?
I think the biggest thing as far as in the adult world is finding the people to manage the teams, because the leagues and the options to play are out there. There's all from pickup, where you could go out and play and never have played in your life, and to competitive leagues. And once you get to that competitive level, you need someone to run the team. And I call it glorified babysitting adults. And it's not a lot of people have the patience for it. So I think it's, like you had mentioned at the beginning, we have our returning people and our people that are coming and adding new teams. So they've loved coming to the tournament, and now they have more players than they could do, so they find another person to run that team. And that goes with the league levels too, is it's finding those people that are willing to run the teams, and that's what helps grow the leagues and the sport, and offering more ways to play. Because if we don't have people to run it, then...
Well, what about right here in Polk County? If people want more information how they can get involved in adult soccer, what do they do?
So we have FASA.soccer is our website, and all of our leagues are listed on there.
FASA?
FASA.soccer.
Thank you.
And then we have Lakeland Adult Soccer Association.
Okay.
Is right here in, I'm not going to think of the name.
Bartow?
Across from Tiger Town. Lake Parker.
Oh,
Lake Parker.
Yep, they play out of there. No, that's not where they play. Ignore me. Okay. But it's on their website. And then we have a league in Orlando, and then we have a league in Sarasota to veterans on the other coast, and then Fort Myers, Naples. So it's all around, depending on where they are in Polk County.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's it's such a good opportunity. Get off the couch, get outside, look at that big bright thing up there in the sky called the sun. And it's a good all-round sport. Anaerobic, aerobic, whatever you want to. All sorts of different things. Right?
Yes, sir.
And it's community. Okay. They've been playing forever. So.
Okay. Well, I think Jack should be your first candidate for starting a Auburndale senior soccer, adult soccer. I said senior earlier.
Senior.
When I misspoke.
Senior. Huh? No, I qualify at this point. I get the discount at the movie theater now. I don't even have to ask. Which is the worst part.
I've got a few
You walk
years
up
to
and the
go.
kid already turns to you and says senior ticket. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yes.
Nicole, do you have a website and a phone number? Say it again, rather.
FASA.org, FASA.soccer, not org, .soccer. And then all that's on the website. We're changing admin, because I was admin, became president, so we don't have a phone number out there right now. So, but we have email and website.
Okay. Well, you can always get a hold of Jack.
There we go.
There you go.
VisitCentralFlorida.org.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And he'll put you in the right direction. Nicole, thanks a million.
No,
I've got a lot more
guys.
questions, as you can see, but we're kind of running out of, unfortunately, running out of time. We've got a big show today, and you're part of it, and thank you so much for coming out and visiting with us.
Thank you guys for having me.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.